Good evening, and welcome to ArsenPool, the world's first Arsenal and Liverpool-based podcast. I'm Michael Cotter, and this is Matthew Bloomfield.
All right. I'm a bit happier than you.
Your two favourite people discuss all matters Arsenal and Liverpool. Good evening. Well, it's been a while.
It has been a while. Too long, some would say. Not many, some would say.
Establish what the situation was when we last podcasted.
Was Arsenal top of the league?
We probably were, and we had just knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, I remember that. Good game.
Let's have a look and see. Well, let's recap what the situation is now.
Well, Liverpool are top of the league.
With it in their own hands.
For the first time since birth.
With 5 games to play.
With 5 games to play.
Arsenal are staring down the barrel of Europa League football, thanks to taking just 13 points from a possible... No, I think it's 11 points from a possible 33. Yeah, 11 points from 13 games. No, it's not. It's 13 points in 33. 13 points in 11 games.
Not good enough, that.
That is what we like to call relegation form.
Bad times. Anyway.
What are we going to talk about?
I reckon we
talk about our teams.
Yeah, so I think we should start off with Arsenal.
Why?
And
I haven't got the energy.
Right, okay.
Well, we think we should ask each other questions.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe we should take it one at a time.
Oh, go on. You ask me a question.
I haven't made any preparation.
That's fine.
So let's ask a question. Right now, do you think Liverpool will win the Premier League?
I actually do, and that's probably naive of me, but I actually do. For the first time in my life, I thought we would, because I think...
Well, no, maybe 05,
right,
you might have thought you were going to win.
What we need to do, right, 2 things we need to do: beat City, draw Chelsea, done. Because if we beat City...
It's just as easy as that.
I know it's not as easy as that, but... If someone said to you at the beginning of the year, right, you've got 5 games to go, you're going to win, you're coming off of 9 wins in a row, you're scoring for fun, and you're playing... We've beat Man City at home, we beat Chelsea at home, and we haven't been in as good form. And
when did you beat Man City at home? You brought them home this weekend.
No, as in previous years.
Oh, okay.
We've beat them at home, like... It's not far fetched, is what I'm saying.
No,
if you were to say to me, we've got to win. If we were to do this, 3-4 weeks ago, I was worried about the West Ham game more than anything, because I think it's difficult to get yourself fired up going down to West Ham, and we were just gonna pump the ball up into Andy Carroll. And it was,
face it wasn't a good performance.
It wasn't a good performance. But yeah, exactly. And I think there's going to be. I think we'll be so fired up against City and Chelsea. If we beat City, we'll be so... the atmosphere at Chelsea will be ridiculous. I think that will get us across the line. Even if we'll only need a draw in that game, because I think we'll win all our other games. So,
how do you think you would react if, say, City were to score first on Sunday?
I think... I don't think who scores first will make too much of a difference.
I can't remember the last time someone scored first against you.
No, I know that. Well, Cardiff. But it's
inside
not
3 minutes.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Didn't you equalise within?
I don't. If they score first, this is what my honest opinion. If Liverpool win, like Gary Neville, Joey Carragher were saying, whoever wins this game will win the league. I don't think it's that clear cut. If Man City would beat Liverpool, they've won the league. Because they'll just win the rest of their games. I think if they beat us, they'll win the rest of their games. If we beat Man City, we still got to do a job against Chelsea. I can't see Chelsea dropping any other point. I mean, to be honest, we've been lucky because if you think about the games we've scraped through recently, the West Ham game, and you think of Chelsea, who would have thought Chelsea would have lost
points against
Palace?
And who's the other team they dropped points against? Villa.
It's just. ridiculous, really. So, you know, I'm going to say, if I can't say I think we're going to win the league now, I'm never going to say it. So I've got to say it.
No, but do you believe it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay then.
And if we win the league, I am going to go shit crazy.
Well, you would deserve to go shit crazy.
And I'm going to fucking wear a Liverpool shirt forever and roll my dick in Mark Massey's face.
Do our listeners know who he is? He's a United fan.
Yeah.
There you go, that's enough said.
He's a United
Anyone
fan
who's a
with
United
shit
fan probably
views.
deserves to have a dick rubbed in their face.
Probably not that, it's a bit homoerotic, but
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
It's just probably unpleasant to have something
So
it's potentially unhygienic rubbed in your face.
I thought you could say potentially unhygienic rubbed on your cock.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point with that character.
Right, my turn.
Okay.
Pretty similar question. Do you believe
Do I
Arsenal will win the league?
But no, I don't.
Do you
Is it
believe-
mathematically possible?
Do you believe Arsenal will get top 4? Everton have got two to
yes,
good
I
games.
do. Well, yes, I do believe we will win top 4, but only. I know it seems strange. I think we will only get top 4 if we can somehow. I say somehow. If we beat Wigan this weekend, I think that could go a long way to nursing some wounds that happened in the week. I think perhaps we can get some confidence back. If we can beat Wigan, I think there'll be enough confidence in the team to get top 4, considering we don't really have any tough games. Our tough games are against Newcastle and I don't know. I think Newcastle, I'd say, is our toughest team to play because Newcastle always seem to put in a good game against us, but that is at home. We've got Hull away. I can't remember who else we've got. Well, 3 other games. Norwich away, maybe. No, we beat Norwich away. I don't know. We've got relatively easy running. And can you look up our remaining fixtures?
I can look it up, but yeah, go on.
I think if we lose to Wigan, that's it. If we lose to Wigan, I'll be worried that we'll finish below Man United, and I'm not even joking about that. I'd be worried if I will be concerned that we'll pick up,
You got
7 more points this year.
West Ham, Hull, Newcastle.
West Ham at home. Oh yeah, West Ham is the next game.
West Brom,
on Wednesday.
Norwich. So you should be winning all of them.
You should be, yeah. Yeah, West Ham and Newcastle I'd call our hardest games because they're always up for it, and both of them are at home. So, I think we've got enough, and with a bit of luck, following the Wigan game, we should be getting Mesut Ozil back and Koscielny back, and then after that, it's only Wilshere to return, who might well return, last 2 weeks or something like that, which would be nice. Do I believe we'll get top 4? Yes, I do believe we'll get top 4, but I think we'll get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't.
I mean, Everton have got two difficult games, and I don't.
One at home, one away, I think.
Well, I don't think.
And they've got to play Southampton, I believe, as well.
They have. So I think they've got difficult. I mean, in all honesty, although I'm saying I think we're going to win the league, I wanted Arsenal to beat Everton because Everton aren't. I'm still thinking at the end of the day, I'm still thinking if we finish second, I'm going to be if we get beaten by Man City, I'm going to think we haven't got that much chance. So if we beat Man City and then lose against Chelsea, especially because I hate Chelsea, I fucking hate them almost more than Man United. In fact, I'm going to say I hate Chelsea more than Man United now. I just hate them.
When they have Mourinho,
I hate their fans. I hate Mourinho. He's boring now. Anyway, let's not get into Chelsea bashing, but because I will be so close, I would be so upset. But if we lose against City, well, I don't see us being that close. So I'll still look back on the season and go, what a great season, Champions League. Someone said at the beginning of the season, Champions League.
Exactly.
So I was still looking at the Arsenal game, thinking, I hope Arsenal win because then we definitely got Champions League because Arsenal are definitely going to get Champions League. So it just pushes the 5th place further away.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So that's what I was still thinking.
But we didn't. Did we?
No, you lost it. So you fuck that over. But I mean, obviously, we'll get Champions League football now unless we lose. I'm pretty sure lose 4 of our last 5 games, which we.
Yeah, I said it's over. So, the top 4 is no longer sewn up. It would have been sewn up had Arsenal managed to get even a draw at Goodison Park, but that was too much to ask, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah. Right. So, next question.
Just me give you a question. So far the answer is you believe that Liverpool can win the league, and I believe Arsenal can. Well,
You kind of talked yourself out of it halfway through.
I believe we can get top 4, but if we don't, it wouldn't fucking surprise me.
No.
Because I don't think I've ever felt this down about Arsenal as I do right now. My question to you: will you keep Suarez this summer?
If we win the league, no.
Yeah.
Because I think if we win the league, he'll be like, well, I've won Liverpool the league,
Yeah.
and you've got Champions League football, so I want to go do other things now. Honestly, I think if we win the league, that's like mission accomplished, isn't it? Like, I don't know if it's your.
No. Well,
like,
yeah. You're gonna get people saying you only.
It sounds weird me saying if we win the league,
because
we'll sell him, but
it's weird. No, but I understand why you think that.
Yeah.
It's a weird one if you win the league because it's like. It's just come around completely premature. If you're thinking about Brendan Rodgers' project, he would probably think, right, Champions League this year, put in a title battle next year, maybe try and win it the year after. If you win it this year, you're about 3 or 4 years premature.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
it's crazy, and it's like, what the fuck?
Well, I think if we win it this year,
But
the main focus will be on the ground. I think they'll be like, we need to renovate Anfield.
I think you need.
And
I think you need 3 years constant Champions League football and competing for the title. Because next year is going to be a different kettle of fish, playing Champions League football.
Yeah.
I disagree with people saying to an extent, all this, you didn't play Champions League, so therefore that's why you're going to win it. If you win it, it's only because you didn't play Champions League. There is an element of truth.
But that's not.
I don't think
the
reason you've won it is because you've got the best striker in the league. You've probably got the third best striker in the league after Aguero.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's on par with Van Persie or something like that. You've
just got pacey, quick,
and you've got pacey, quick people, and it has caught people by surprise.
Yeah.
It's caught teams don't know how to prepare against Liverpool at the moment because
they've got people running all over the shop.
And Suarez is so good.
Yeah.
He's not just that he's the best striker. He's the best player this season.
Yeah.
Because he's everywhere.
Yeah.
You watch the game against West Ham. Every time he plays, he's the best player on the park. He just can the things he does when the ball comes into him, his feet, and he's just if he's got a guy tight to him, he's gone and he's away from him, and he can set up goals, and he's just a complete and utter fucking nuisance. I think he's right up there at the moment with Ronaldo and Messi.
I think
and Neymar and Bale and that. He's right up
I think he's right there. If we win the league this year, and someone will have to come in for ridiculous money, we won't let him go for nothing.
No,
it'll have to be a Bayern Munich, Real Madrid.
70 million.
So if someone comes in 60, 70, and then you go away
and
you or who?
Well, then it could be because they're just getting Lewandowski on a free.
And you go away and spend that money on because what we're going to have to do now is build a better squad. If we're going to play, if we're going to compete in the Champions League, we need a better squad. We won't. What you don't want to do is just. I think if we win the league now, the next. Because we've won it so surprisingly, obviously we want to retain the league, but we're getting ahead of ourselves because we might not in the win league. But if we did win the league, we would want to retain it. But I still think the next 2-3 years would be solidifying Champions League, and what we need to do that is a big squad.
Yeah.
And we'd need. I mean, we can't have no disrespect, fella. We can't have Barini and Aspas in the Champions League.
Well, but this is the thing. This is what you say. This is the general argument surrounding the lack of European football this year. Is that you take away, if you have a few significant injuries at key times of the season with a couple of players at the same time, and then suddenly you're starting with Barini and Aspas. Well, Barini's on loan, but you're starting with Aspas and the other chap that you've got and stuff like that, and suddenly they're starting in your lineup. And if Allen, you say if you've got a midfield of Allen and Henderson and the other guy you haven't seen,
Coutinho.
That's not got the same feel as Gerrard.
Yeah.
I mean, Gerrard he had a little injury, didn't he, in time out.
Yeah, it's true.
But you've never had any ones where it's really racked up with several at the same time. And then but it's been okay. You've been fairly lucky with injuries. You've been able to rotate where you can, and as a result, even though I think, you had Suarez has had the suspension, Sturridge got injured, Gerrard's had an injury. And then there's been a couple others. Enrique's been injured. But I think what's his name is Flanagan's come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he?
The Red Cafu, yeah.
And it's all a bit like, that has been a factor that there's been one focus since you went out of the FA Cup. Every week, every player gets 6 days rest, and that has helped. And next year, it's a completely different kettle of fish because it is you play on the weekend, you have a day to recover, and then you have a day to prepare for the game on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. You play that, then you go home. You have a day to recover, then you have a day to prepare. There's very little time for tactical training regimes and whatnot. There's very little time to, really all get your focus in on one key objective. So the game is different. And as you say, next year, even if you win the league this year, I don't think the objective would be to retain. It would be to retain. It would just be to squad growth,
it would
retain
be
a title, a challenge.
The next year is now, which is if we.
Well, I don't think next year would have been win the title.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It would have been.
It would have been title challenging
yeah.
and keep Champions League football.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then I think you're still making progress.
Yeah. Yes, if you really think about where we were last year and where we are now, it's pretty ridiculous.
And I think that is also another factor in why the success has happened, because you get these ones where it's like, well, fuck me, like last year everyone knew what to do against you.
Yeah.
You boss the midfield battle, you win the game, and wind Suarez up a bit, try and keep him quiet and see if he lashes out or something. Suarez was just as good last year, or maybe he's improved a little bit this year. Sturridge has improved a lot. So you couldn't anticipate those things.
No.
But if you're preparing for a game, I don't think people can anticipate that Sturridge has improved to the extent he has. I don't think people are going to anticipate that Coutinho would improve to the extent that Sterling would improve to the extent that Henderson would improve to the extent. So what people, this is the fundamental difference between Liverpool and Arsenal this year, is that when Arsenal go to a team, they know. Especially with the injuries, they know exactly what's coming up against them.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen. It's easy to set up against Arsenal. It's not easy to set up against Liverpool because, there's still teams that haven't played him in the second half of the season, and you've already improved dramatically since the first half. And it's like, I don't really know what we're up against here. Next year will be different because people will be slightly more used to it, unless you really bring a new person. That's the
people will start to just crowd us out.
Those such things, just like when Chelsea had their dominant period, and there's the factor of the injuries, there's the factor of a few other teams slipping off, and the fact that you have improved so much dramatically that people don't really know how to line up against you, and the fact that you've got they sound like excuses, but the players have been very good. Suarez, you've got the best player in the league, you've got the best striker in the league, you've got other good players around him, and all of these things have come together at the right time. That's put in a real genuine title fight, and I don't think you'll win it myself, but I think you'll come bloody close.
Yeah, well.
But at the same time, similar. Like if I wouldn't be surprised Arsenal drop out of the top 4, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool win the league at all. They would deserve to win it. Anyone now who wins it would deserve it. What was I going to say? But we didn't really. So do you think Suarez will stay?
Honestly, I don't know why, but I don't. I don't think he'll stay. I want him to stay. I think he's going to have an unbelievable World Cup, and a Real Madrid or someone just going to come in and go, here you go, here's the money, and we're going to go. Well, I don't think we're going to be stupid about it. I think we'll have someone lined up.
Yeah.
Imagine we were bidding for Diego Costa. Imagine if we got him. We had Diego Costa, Suarez, and Sturridge up front. We would have won the league.
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous lineup. And imagine all the players that we nearly come close to and didn't get any of them.
Yeah.
We ended up with Aspas, fucking Luis Alberto, Torre, and Sacco. Imagine if we got Diego Costa.
All of which have become squad players.
Yeah, and Diego Costa's gone on to become one of the best strikers in Europe. So, but anyway, no. I don't know why, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Don't know why.
I've got, despite the contract extension this year, I've got a funny feeling he won't be a Liverpool player next year either, regardless of what happens. I've just got a funny feeling that he'll be that he will. I think if he threw his toys out of his pram to the extent he did last year to try and get a move to fucking Arsenal. There's still, there's debate over whether he actually was throwing his toys out of the pram to get the move to Arsenal or to, try and instigate a bidding war for him.
Yeah.
But if he threw his toys out the pram that much to just try and get to a Champions League team, how much is he going to throw his toys out his pram if Real Madrid actually come in for him? Yeah. Or, if Barcelona somehow managed to get
Their embargo.
Because of their embargo, yeah. I mean, and the fact that Barcelona have gone out the Champions League tonight and possibly won't win the league, if they can get that revoked, they're going to be, I know it's not really within their style, but they're going to have to be active in the transfer window this summer because they've looked stale.
Yeah.
And I think part of that reason is the fact that Messi now, they don't have... When they were at their best, Messi didn't play centre-forward.
No.
Villa played centre-forward.
Yeah.
Messi played, behind or on the left. He can play anywhere along the front row, but I still think they're the best when Messi's slightly more pulling the strings and they have, another 30-goal a season striker in there.
Yeah, it's true.
If they can have Messi on the left, Neymar on the right, and say Suarez, something like that. I just think they're going to have to be active in the transfer window if they can get the embargo revoked. Bayern Munich might think, we've got the money. Imagine if we get rid of fucking Mandzukic, we bring in Lewandowski on a free, and then we just go fucking crazy for Suarez. I don't think it will happen. And we know Real Madrid have got money, and they will look for an upgrade on Benzema if they can. I've just got a funny feeling as well that he'll go, and that the I don't know, maybe that the contract extension was more of insurance to try and keep him there. If they finished fourth, and I don't think even they I don't think Liverpool's management anticipated that you'd be this close to the title. Anyway, my question for me.
Do you think this should be Arsene Wenger's last season at Arsenal?
Categorically, yes.
Yeah, nice and easy one. Why?
Because he's completely lost it.
He's lost the fucking plot.
I don't want to be disrespectful. So here we go, on record. I think he is the greatest manager in Arsenal's history. Better than Herbert Chapman. I think he is the greatest manager in Arsenal's history. I do, however, believe... I wrote a good article earlier on 606, and I said this. The foundations have been set, and the foundations were set 1 year ago. They were there. At the end of last season, we got top four. We secured top four on the last game of the season, and Gary Neville did the speech about now's the time. You go now. United, he said United are just going to get a new manager.
Yeah.
Chelsea are going to get a new manager. Liverpool look way off. They finished 7th last year. Now's the time to go. You got the fucking you got the Emirates deal. The stadium repayments are at a manageable level. There was rumours through the grapevine that the Puma deal was going to go through, which it has. The money's there. Go and spend the money, address the positions that need to be addressed, and have a bloody good stab at the title. And we brought in Mesut Ozil, and that had a feel-good factor, and it brought everyone up, and Ramsey improved beyond levels that anyone could anticipate, and we were playing at a decent level, and we had a defensive stability, and it all seemed like, we could have a good title stab. As soon as the pressure came on after Christmas, where there was a slight sense that we could actually win something,
it all went Pete
fucking Tong. It all fell apart,
yeah.
As usual. The mental frailties all came back. We started defending like fucking idiots again, like all the old stuff. We got injuries to all of our key players because you won't rest anyone. All of that happens at the same time, and people are like, you get injuries, you try and win the league without 4 of your best players. Well, why does 4 of our best players get injured every year at fucking crunch time?
Yeah.
Because he plays them all too much, rather than rotate things. And why can't you play them all? Because you don't have a decent enough squad, because you won't buy anyone in the transfer windows. He didn't address the positions that really needed to be addressed in the summer. We were all happy enough to go along with it until Christmas because we were winning. But the fact of the matter was, we didn't need Mesut Ozil. And you can still argue we still don't need Mesut Ozil. I like having him at the team, but you didn't need him because Ramsey's improved and he's a better player than Ozil. He looks like a better player than Ozil.
He does, yeah.
He can score better goals. He's got more of an engine. He can tackle and he can pass better. But Mesut Ozil is a quality player, and he's a player that you want in your team. And Wilshere could be as good as Mesut Ozil. He hasn't shown it this year, but he could be. And so the places that really needed addressing was that people could sense it last year that when Arteta doesn't have Ramsey next to him, his legs don't look like they're in it. They don't look like they're quite there. he's gonna get and he's gonna deteriorate. We need to address the defensive midfield position with preferably a tall ball winner who's strong in the air.
A Matic.
And can play the ball. Yeah, a Matic.
Yeah.
You know, they've got one, you know, at the exact same time of the year when Chelsea needed the same player that Arsenal had, they went out and bought him for 23 million, you know, whatever, this complete ridiculous markup from the time they sold him. You know, but it needed to happen. Yeah. And they might well win the league and the Champions League because of, not because of that signing, but, you know, but because when they sense they need something, they go and get it. And Matic has won them games, you know, that stability in there has made them win points. We went out and got Kim Kallstrom, who was injured with a broken back, and has played a grand total of 15 minutes since we signed him. In a game we drew.
When did he play?
He played against Swansea when we were winning. He came on and then we drew.
Oh, right, okay.
And he hasn't played since. So, I mean, we needed a DM and we needed a striker. We needed 2 strikers. We bought in Sanogo on a free. Fair enough. You can bring in these young guys. Put them on fucking loan, you know?
Yeah,
Put them on loan and let them get their mistakes out for some other team. Go and buy 2 strikers that can actually influence our team. If you're not going to put Walcott up front, then you're going to keep on the wide. Buy 2 strikers, 2 mobile strikers. So, or buy another one like Giroud, who's better than him. Giroud comes to back up and then play another, and then buy another mobile striker who can maybe interchange on Walcott's position. Aloik Remy, who could play on the right wing if he wanted to, and you know Walcott could play up front or whatnot. He didn't address those positions, and then we were still top though come January. He had a chance to address them again when when we'd had Walcott out for the season. Ramsey got injured on Boxing Day, so both of these players he knows. Well, he didn't know Ramsey was going to be out for the length he was. He knew Walcott was out for the season. Yeah. He knew Giroud was looking tireder and tireder. His legs were getting heavier and heavier, and he was regressing. Go out and buy a striker. Didn't buy one. I mean, we had this podcast at the time, and I can't, be a hypocrite. I said I didn't think there was value in the market. I'm not a Premier League manager, and you think when I don't get paid 7 million a year, he does, and he should have been able to anticipate something stronger than I would. I was defending him at the time, but I don't. I just do this for fun.
Yeah.
And it's all gone wrong in the second half. The same mistake, the same errors. I used to give him the benefit of the doubt during the financial restrictions that we had. Yeah, he's he kept us in the top 4 while we were told we had to make a profit every year, and as a result we had to sell our best players. I mean, the more I think about it now, the more I think that actually we probably could have won something during those years. And actually it was down to tactical mistakes and strategic issues. But, we didn't. And, we say, well, do you know what? We'll give you the benefit of the doubt over those years with the financial restrictions. This year, when, as I say, you get at the end of last year, the foundations are set. Go and fucking do it then. Go and prove that you're the man to take us forward. And we trudged along for half a season. And when it came to the point where the pressure was on and we actually sensed that we could win something genuinely, it all has crumbled before his very eyes, before all of our very eyes, and it's just proven to me that you are not the man to take us forward.
But could win the FA Cup and go out on high.
Well, I completely agree. I still think. Well, I think we're going to win the FA Cup, and if we can beat Wigan, I think we'll get top 4, and then we'll win the FA Cup, and that would be. I still think he's a great man. He's done so many good things for the club. Walk away with a fucking trophy. Walk away. All of the criticism from the media that's been aimed at him has been the trophyless seasons. Go out, win a trophy, and say, thank you very much, but I'm not.
The only thing with that is, mate, he's been there through the hard times where you're paying off the stadium. The only thing I think he might have in his head, right, if he wins a trophy now and gets top 4, I still think he'll want a crack at another year.
Well, so do I. But so do I. I think I actually think if we win both,
he'll
stay, which I think is a huge mistake because he won't sign. It won't be a year contract. His contract's up.
Yeah.
And he hasn't signed yet. It will be 2 or 3 years. There's rumours through the grapevine that it was 3 and now they've put it down to 2. I don't want 2 more years of him.
No, yeah.
I can't be bothered with it. It's so monotonous. It's the same problems. I've been thinking about players that regress. they're regressing under him now. Like players like Jovino who come into the club and that he can't get to play for him, he can't get him motivated. As a result, he plays shit, and then the crowd got on his back, and then he ships him off, and he goes and plays well again for his next team. His tactical idea, he has got a complete and utter disregard to opposition. We didn't need to lose to Liverpool away. We didn't need to get spanked 6-0 to Chelsea away. We certainly didn't need to lose to fucking Everton away. We didn't need to lose to Stoke away. But his disregard totally to what the opposition is going to be is crippling our team.
Yeah.
We put in a decent performance against City. Oh, yeah, best performance ages. We still didn't fucking win.
No.
We still weren't good enough to keep them out for 90 minutes, and we couldn't score more than one goal. So they put in a right performance at home against City. Let's face it, we're a little bit under par when they came to the Emirates. You go to Everton a week later, who's a different kettle of fish away from, Everton away from home. We beat him at home 4-1. He didn't even start the team that beat Everton, You think, well, look, why don't we start the team that's got a bit of know-how against them? No, we start the same team that started against City. And do you think for Martinez, for a second, thought... I mean, I knew that he was going to start the same team, because that's what Wenger does. You put in a good performance, you start exactly the same team. Martinez would have known that, because he's clever.
Yeah.
He'd have gone, they're going to start the exact same team, this is what we're going to do, we're going to rush Arteta, we're going to rush a few players, Flamini and Roski in the middle, they're going to bring their full-backs forward because they're stupid, and Podolski's not going to track back, and we'll hit him on the break. And this ridiculous thing where we have no, assigned right winger, so Cazorla and Rosicky interchange. In a game like that against Everton, when you've got Leighton Baines on the left, as a result of no one actually knowing if they're playing right wing, no one picks up the left back.
Yeah.
So for their first goal, Leighton Baines strolled forward 40 yards unchallenged, put in a great ball, it stumbled around a bit, fell to Naismith 1-0. There's just no tactical strategy in place. I mean, I could do that. I could do that. I could say, Cazorla, you're on the right today. Right, if you want to mix around with Roski, you make sure that Roski knows that he's going to be on Leighton Baines. But we're not going to do that. You're going to play on the right, and we're going to try and play our game. But if Leighton Baines comes forward, you're on him.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have even played Cazorla. I'd played Cazorla on the left next to Monreal, because they seem to have a decent understanding of each other, because they've played together for years. They seem to know each other quite well. They've done okay on the left-hand side together. I'd have played Cazorla on the left and played Chamberlain on the right and said, you're a fucking workhorse. Don't really care if you put in loads of crosses. Just don't let Leighton Baines come forward and do his stuff. You just stick with Leighton Baines and do the job, and then let Sanya cope with their strikers. And then that would be simple. Because do you know what? A point's good enough. A point, and we've done it.
Yeah.
We lose, and then we're up shit creek, which has happened. But do you think for a second he put anyone a defensive assignment to do? No, we went out there and said, express yourselves and we'll win. Well, no, we won't. We won't express ourselves and win. Because Everton are powerful, quick and pacey. Oh no, quick and pacey mean the same thing. And committed and motivated. And what happened? We went out there, we got no pace in behind, we got a fucking donkey up front, we got Podolski and Cazorla they won't try and get him behind, and they just rushed the midfield and stormed forward, and it was the same thing that we saw against Chelsea, except they don't have as good players as Chelsea, so it was only 3 instead of 6. And those are the reasons why he cannot. I can't. I do not. I don't even really want. I don't even really want to follow Arsenal next year if he's in charge.
Okay.
I mean, I will, but I no longer care. I am so excited about the prospect of new management. I am not excited in the slightest about another season with Wenger at all, because nothing will change.
Unless the new manager is David Moyes.
It won't be David Moyes.
Because I think we should now go on to my favourite section. After we've just seen United go out of the Champions League, which I believe will be them for at least 2 years. Don't see them getting back into it next year.
Well, the rumours are that they can spend 200 million.
Well, who are they going
to buy?
Well, who's David Moyes going to buy?
Attract.
And anyway, the thing is with David Moyes, I have no idea what they're fucking thinking. They've got someone in there that's never had any money, so doesn't know how to buy people, never won anything, so doesn't know how to win things. Do you know what he does know how to do? Be mediocre for a long period of time. That's how he knows. So if that's what they want, great. You get people like saying, "Oh yeah, you got to give him time." Well, if you put Mourinho in the role, do you reckon he'd be finishing 7th? If you put Jurgen Klopp in the role, do you think he'd be finishing 7th? They fucking wouldn't be.
No.
They'd be in the top 4.
They'd be in the top 4.
Because they're better coaches. So why do you not? But then that's not United way. Well, what do you want their way to be? Win things, or don't win things, because that's as clear cut as I see it. They've gone out of Champions League tonight. They haven't disrespected themselves. They haven't done any damage.
Their best football's come in the Champions League.
But at the end of the day, they've been piss poor in the league. They've lost ridiculous games. They're not going to win anything. And next year, well, yeah. But I look at their team now and think, now they haven't got Fergie. Now they've got David Moyes looking after them. How many people are actually going to have to buy?
Well, who are they going to lose this summer? They're going to lose Ferdinand. They're going to lose Vidic. They're going to lose Evra.
So they need back four.
So their new back four will be Phil Jones, Smalling, and they'll bring in a left back.
Yeah.
I think they'll do what they can to either bring Baines or Luke Shaw.
I think they'll buy Luke Shaw, but
I think Luke Shaw will go to Chelsea.
But the thing is, I just think it's funny, and I just love it.
I think
do you know what? I would just, if Liverpool won the league, it'd be so funny. I bet if Liverpool win the league, I honestly think Alex Ferguson's going to kill himself. He's going to be like, what the fuck? I think if Liverpool win the league, he's going to go right into that boardroom and go, I made a huge mistake. Sack that prick.
Yeah.
Get in Klopp, or get in someone, or whoever. Get in one of those managers that wins things.
Slick Van Gaal off for Tottenham.
If you want someone that stays for long somewhere, get Pulis in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just long periods of mediocrity. Get Fat Sam.
Get Fat Sam in. It's just a joke, and
we want long-live David Moyes.
We do want long-live David Moyes.
Here at ArsenPool, we are firm believers in long-live David Moyes at Manchester United. It's incredible.
But even Martinez is a better manager than David Moyes.
Martinez is who I want Martinez.
I remember when they were talking about Martinez at Liverpool. I was like, oh fuck that, and we got Brendan Rodgers. And I was like, not sure about that. And now obviously, I'm so sure about that. But then again, looking at Martinez, what he's done to Everton, I'm pretty sure he would have done a similar-ish job with Liverpool as Brendan Rodgers did.
I am still. I'm going to wait to. I know this seems strange. How can you say... No, I'm not even going to say that. You can't say that I think Martinez is a better manager than Brendan Rodgers, because Brendan Rodgers hasn't proved himself in European football, because not with Martinez. I don't know. I'm going to reserve my conclusions on Brendan Rodgers until I've seen Liverpool play a year in the Champions League and how he's coped with...
Well, if he wins the league this year, you've...
No.
I think if any coach wins the Premier League, they've got...
I don't think he's a bad... I still don't think he's... No, I'm not going to say he's a bad coach or a mediocre coach. I will save my opinions on him until he has coped with a season of European football. I'm not going to call him a great manager.
I just kind of think Liverpool cope. I think Liverpool will do well in Europe because they're a bit like a. I just think they're just geared up for European nights. I think it will impact the Premier League.
I agree. It's just I'm on about the impact on the squad.
Yeah.
And the fatigue and the injuries that come with playing Europe.
Well, hopefully, if we fucking get someone who can actually buy some players rather than fucking getting halfway done deals and then just disappearing. Yeah, we're going to sign someone. No, they're going to Chelsea.
Well, for me, I'd quite like... For me, it's Klopp or Martinez to take over next year.
I want Klopp in the Premier League. I think he's hilarious.
And a part of me even thinks Martinez over Klopp. Because I don't know if Klopp's a bit more of the same with Wenger. He's a bit of a head case. I just got a thing about Martinez. I really like him. Because I've read things about him. Apparently he spends 7 hours studying tapes of the opposition and studying tapes where his teams, if they concede goals and stuff, he studies religiously how to sort it out.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's a good manager.
And I'd fucking love him to bring Ross Barkley with him.
He
play alongside Ramsey.
Rips you apart whenever he plays you.
Just think he's a quality
player. Yeah, he's a good player.
Sorry, carry on. But we're talking about United, aren't we?
United is shit, basically.
We've sort of done that. We've sort of hit that before. United is shit. Is there any slight topic we can discuss? What do we think? Who do you think they might buy this summer? Is there anyone? I just can't think of anyone.
I don't think. Why would anyone want to go to Man United if they're not going to play Champions League?
What are the positions they need to really address?
The whole of midfield.
Mata can stay in there. Okay, I think the whole Rooney midfield thing is hilarious. I mean, tonight he was pitiful.
Yeah,
I think that he's just signed a contract which basically.
It's
unbelievable.
I suppose
Rooney has to go back up front, and I think because you've seen the last few games in the Premier League, they've looked better since Mata has been playing as the number 10 role. The player, where they spent 30 million for him to play.
Yeah,
36 million they paid for him. Something?
People will. I mean, people will go there, but
I'd cash in on fucking.
it'll be more difficult for them. Well, it'll be difficult for them I don't see. It'll be more difficult for them to get players in as it was this summer and this January.
Why would it be? I don't understand how it'd be any. How's it any easier?
It won't be any
when
easier.
They've fucking fallen down.
Yeah.
Well, we've got more money. I can't believe last year that a brand new manager had
got
no
more-
money to spend.
you've got-
It's just bullets.
you've got-
It's just lies.
We've got more money. We've just bought fucking Juan Mata for the club record fee.
Yeah.
So you've got some money now.
Why have you got money this year that you didn't have available last year?
Yeah.
Why would they feel that it's more
Whether they-
necessary to
whether
give
they farm that
a new manager money a year after they gave him nothing? It just
We'll tell you
makes
what
no
we'll
sense.
do. We'll give him no money now, see if he fucks it up, and if he fucks it up, we'll throw money at him.
What, so they didn't have money for the Cesc Fabregas bid, and the chap, what's his name, Herrera or something like that, the chap they tried to buy from Spain on the last day of the season, both of those bids would have been, 30 mil, plus they spent close to 30 mil on Fellaini, and they tried to get Baines. What, so there was no money last year?
No,
He'd have spent 90 million if he could last year.
Yeah, exactly.
But no one wanted to go.
No.
Why would they want to go this year to a non-Champions League team with a manager who's proven himself to be a bit of a fucking donk, and a team that's going to have to restabilise at the back after the players that have took them through countless title challenges and Champions League campaigns have Evra, Vidic and Rio all leaving. That's a huge transition.
Yeah.
Considering it's going to be, probably Evans.
Well, all I can say is, long may it continue. And let's see
I'd
how
like
many
to
Man
see-
United fans we've got hanging around
They've got to sort
in
out.
5 years' time.
They've got to sort out. As long as they sort out their home form, mate, they're in.
Mark Massey, 2014. Anyway,
This is
I
the
think...
guy, this is the guy that said to us, "You know what? If we only played away games this year, we'd have won the league." Thanks for that. If we only played half the games, we'd have won the league.
Well,
If the division was from, over a year, then Arsenal would have won the league.
yeah. If we just scrapped the beginning of the year and started in January, Liverpool would have already won the league.
If we just stopped the last 5 games, Liverpool win.
Yeah. Right, anyway, it's late.
If every goal I score counts twice, we're going to win.
If every goal we concede doesn't count, we will win.
If we cut a hole where a net should have been, it goes in but don't hit a net, we don't concede goals and we win.
Right. Anyway, that was. I hope that was worth.
If we were all aliens, we'd win.
I hope that was worth 2 months' wait.
Probably weren't.
Probably won't.
See you in 2018.
See you when one of us wins a trophy.
Yeah.
So it could be never.
Well, yeah, we might see if we can get one in before then. Who knows?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know. I don't know if I can take much more.
I think we
'Cause
should
might
do one
fucking
post Man
top
City.
myself.
Let's do one post Man City.
Well, that's next week.
If we win, if we lose, I'm out.
Okay. Good luck then.